welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. You may have guessed from the beginning of this video what this video is about. This is my next video in my copycat series of videos I have been doing. It is going to be stovetop stuffing. If you guessed that, then you guessed right. So, a little backstory about this. For years after I was diagnosed with cancer the first time, I was obsessed with reading ingredients, seeing what we were eating, not buying certain things if they had certain things. Like, I got a little too obsessed with it. Like, it kind of got to the point where it was really stressing me out. And I kind of fell back out of reading every single thing and just knowing what we usually were buying was good ingredients, blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of got a little lazy and, got a little bit busier and was going for more convenient things. And then right before Christmas, this was on sale at our local Walmart for 75 cents a box. And I think the price of it kind of just is what made me all excited. And I'm like, wow, we can get quite a few of them, put them in our stockpile, and we'll have them. So we bought, I think, 6 or 8 boxes and put them in the stockpile and, didn't really touch them for a while. And then January and February hit in March. And we started using them a little bit more with some of our meals because we were tired of maybe potato or rice or whatever for a side dish. And I didn't think too much about it, but my headaches have been coming back. I actually suffered from migraines for years. I haven't had a migraine in a while, and I actually had one a few weeks ago. And I'm like, what is going on? I didn't think anything of it. And then I went to make some more stovetop the other night for supper, and we've been having it probably maybe once a month, maybe twice a month. And I just thought, while I was making it, I looked down, and one of the ingredients is MSG. MSG gives me headaches and migraines. So now I know what's been causing so many of my headaches. There's a lot of other things in here that you can't even pronounce. There's also BHT in this, which I did not know. Just a lot of not great ingredients in this. So I said, but we like having the shelf-stable stuffing mix for quick meals and stuff. So I thought there's got to be a way I can do this shelf-stable and have it quick for suppers. Well, there is. So in this, I have 4 cups of the bread that you saw me dehydrate. And if you don't have a dehydrator, you can do this in your oven. It'd probably just take longer. I would say maybe put your oven as low as it possibly can go and then just keep an eye on it. This did not take very long, as you saw. It's completely dehydrated. So I did 4 cups, which in, I think, maybe 8 slices of bread. And then I also dehydrated some celery from on my dehydrator, and that's all I got out of all that celery, but that's what we need for this recipe. So that's gonna go right in there. Let me just put you down here. And then I have onion I need to dehydrate or do something with, but I really didn't want to do that. I didn't want to dehydrate it this time of year. It's supposed to be nicer weather next week, so I actually might do that outside. So I just bought some dehydrated onion, and you're gonna need, maybe a teaspoon. It really depends on your preference. That's probably about good. And then some parsley, the same amount. Again, I didn't have any parsley to hydrate, so I just went and bought some. If I can open this. Oh, okay. About the same amount of parsley. There we go. I do have some sage that I grew last year and dehydrated myself. And then I just powdered it up. Same amount. I might put a little bit more sage in. And then we're just gonna mix it up. So at this point, you could also put in some dried thyme. I'm out of thyme. But, so you could add that. I'm not too worried about it. I put a little extra sage in there. At this point, you would put this in an airtight container, and this is shelf-stable stovetop stuffing. That's all there is to it. This could not be an easier recipe. You can put it in any kind of container, and then it would be, like I said, perfectly shelf-stable. So when you go to make it, which I'm going to do here because I want to taste it and see if it tastes, it probably is going to taste better. if it tastes like the stovetop. We have 4 boxes of this left. I'm going to donate it to the food bank. So you would now use 3 tablespoons of butter and a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. You're going to bring the broth and the butter to boil, and then dump in your breadcrumbs, stir till everything's moistened. Take it off the heat. Stir till everything's moistened or evaporates. Like, everyone has their own preference for how wet or dry you like your stuffing. So, you know, as much or as little water you want, or chicken broth, I guess you should say, to evaporate. That's what you want to do. Take it off the heat. Let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then go fluff it up. So we're going to do all that now on camera so I can taste this and tell you if it's any good. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt to it. Now, if you really want to make this even easier so you don't have to use chicken broth, you could add chicken bouillon or freeze-dried chicken broth to this. Your preference, I would say maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons, give or take, maybe even 3 tablespoons. And you could add that to your dry mixture and keep that shelf stable, and then you would just have to add some, like 1/2 cup of water or so to the butter to moisten, and then you'd have your chicken flavor. But I don't have chicken bouillon. I do have a ton of chicken broth, and I'll go get everything ready. I'll meet you over at the stove. We'll get this going and see what this tastes like. In here, I have my 1/2 cup of water. I'm thinking I'm going to add some more water, actually. I'm going to go ahead and do a full cup. I'll just maybe have to boil it a little there. That looks better. So I've got a cup of water now in here, 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm basically just going to let this all melt, the butter. I didn't add any salt because I'm using salted butter. If it needs more salt when we eat it, we can always add it, but I don't want to add salt to salted butter. So I'm just going to go ahead and let this melt. We're going to toss all this in, and then I'm going to see if I can get my husband to come in and also taste test this, and we will see if it tastes better. I'm hoping for better. Not as good. I'm hoping for better. So I'm sure you noticed I goofed. I added water to my stuffing, and it was supposed to be 1/2 cup of chicken broth. So I just let the water, really just boil down. And I'm just going to add my chicken broth now. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to let that boil out, because the breadcrumbs are pretty soggy. Oops. I'm not gonna lie, it's soggy looking. It doesn't look the greatest. It's pretty soggy, but at least we can get an idea of the taste. This is what happens when you try and do too many things. I was setting up for my next recipe for my Easter dinner and wasn't thinking, and all of a sudden I realized, wait a minute, that was supposed to be chicken broth, not water. So that's okay. We can still try it. And David, being the great sport he is, he's still going to taste test this. I'm just going to let it cool, and we'll see what it tastes like. Okay, we're going to try it. Come on in here so they can see you're trying it. I will say it does not look, the color does not look anything like, the color's like, but that's probably all the artificial stuff they put in it. It smells good. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's awful. Sorry. That's awful.
That's not good at all.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my.
It's awful. I'm just going to say, I think I did use leftover sourdough bread, so that may be part of it. It's a little tangy. And, yeah, it's just terrible. Could it be my fault because I used water first instead of chicken? I don't know, because I can taste chicken.
Not that it's
like
mushy.
I taste, but it's not that the texture. No. It's just the flavor. It's not the same at all. So I'm still going to share this video with you all because sometimes the copycats are fails. And I don't know if this is user error or, yeah, but I will definitely try it again. I'll tweak it. I'll let you know how it goes, but try it. If you try it, please let me know if it turned out for you. If you like stovetop stuffing, let me know. If you try it and it tastes like stovetop stuffing. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I looked at all the ingredients on the box. I didn't add sugar. There's a lot of sugar in this. But other than that, It's a fail. Darn. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the bell, because that lets you know when new videos and when I go live, it'll notify you. And there'll be some videos at the end here that you might want to go check out. Some other copycats. I will put the playlist above that you can try that did turn out right. Till then, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all soon.